Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Bradley Roll, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Today is Wednesday, the 4th day of September in the year of our Lord 2024. So it is an honor and a privilege to welcome each and every one of you who is joining me. It's very powerful. It's very powerful. Wednesday is an unusual day. I thank God that at this point, as I come live on air, the crime reports seems to be simmering, and it appears that there is nothing serious to report. So that is good news. I hope that it will remain so, save that I appear to be receiving an emergency call. Well, the devil is a liar. I'll take this on the first break. Today we're going to look at some more history, because there are many historic things that are taking place in the local politics, and it appears to me that we have that responsibility to document it. And then, of course, I'm going to tell you about an early morning visit that my spiritual and I had with a former Attorney General, Senator the Honorable Sean McQueenie. Sean McQueenie is among the citizens who are writing books. And my late maternal uncle, Dudley Cox, once said, "The sign of great men are those who are prepared to write." Not only to write, but to write books. So it's powerful. We talk about those kind of things, and as the Spirit moves me, I'm going to incite my spiritual advisor. Hold on, everybody. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's a wonderful day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Hold on, everybody. We shall be right back. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And of course, I'm going to invite my spiritual advisor, taking into consideration the many social ills which exist in our nation. And in these last and final days, you will hear rumors and rumors of rumors. Last night was very unpleasant as I began to receive all kind of WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the new evil in our society and by extension in our world. WhatsApp is the instrument of Lucifer. WhatsApp is the instrument of the devil, because the majority of the WhatsApp, you will find it contains propaganda, gray propaganda, yellow propaganda, lying propaganda. So all night they just send me WhatsApp, and what was so shocking for me is the reports. I got reports all hour of the night. They just wake me up with these WhatsApp telling me of the various powerful people in my party, the FNM, whom the police appears to have just caught up with. And so I'm going to pray that the WhatsApp is not true. I'm going to pray that the leading FNM who are being accused of misappropriation of public funds, that is not true. And I'm going to pray that Dr. Dwayne Sands, who has now introduced a political course to our party, the FNM, that he will also teach honesty. He will teach not to, do things that can lead not only to public embarrassment, but possibly lead to one being prosecuted. So let me invite my spiritual advisor to do that which he does best, which is reading of scriptures
and gossiping the gospel.
And gossiping the gossip.
Gossiping the gospel. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, just to piggyback off one or two things you said, we need to pay attention to the fake media and the fake news that's going all around.
I never knew there was fake news until Donald Trump, way in the United States.
Fake news.
He educated me.
Isn't that interesting?
I never knew. I thought everything was truthful.
So what we need to do is encourage the Bahamian public.
Yes.
If they want the facts,
yes,
check Eyewitness News.
Yes.
If you want to verify stories that's going around town, check out Eyewitness News.
Or, as the former Minister of Youth in Pinling's administration once said, to check for the easily
verifiable facts.
That is what Kendall Nottage taught the nation. It's powerful. Continue, my spirit.
Yeah, okay, so today we're going to continue. A lot of folks have not realized how this figure for us, Jesus Christ, they haven't studied his history. They haven't studied what the Bible teaches about him. And as a result of that, they've just strayed away from what the Bible teaches us Jesus Christ really is. The story of Jesus Christ is a very intriguing one. The person of Jesus Christ, it's very clear from the scriptures who he was. And I'm going to prove through various scriptures for the next couple of days that is left in this week. I'm going to prove to you who Jesus Christ really was, because a lot of people don't understand who he was.
Who was Jesus Christ, my spiritual advisor?
The best way to define Jesus Christ is that he was God in the flesh who came to earth to save mankind. And that word save there means to deliver mankind. And the question may be asked, deliver mankind from what? From his sins. Because when man sinned, he separated himself from God. And so what Jesus Christ came to do was to bridge the gap. There was a gap as a result of the sin, that separated man from God, and Jesus came as that bridge to reconnect man to God through his sacrifice on the cross. All right, that is the first and foremost best way that I can describe who Jesus was. And not only was he a savior, but Jesus Christ was actually God in the flesh, and the scriptures no doubt shows us that. But today, like yesterday, we're going to go to the book of Revelation, and I'm going to show you that Jesus Christ is referred to as the Almighty God. A lot of folks may not accept this or believe this, but it's in your Bible. Now, in order to find this, I must confess this to you. In order to find these writings that I'm giving to you, you're going to have to get yourself a red Bible. If you don't have a red Bible, you won't see these things. And just let me clarify for those who may think I am just being facetious. When I say red Bible, I'm not talking about an R-E-D Bible. I'm talking about an R-E-A-D Bible. You're going to have to get a book, the Bible, and you have to read it. So let's look at this. Revelation chapter 1, 5 through 8. Here's what it says. This revelation was given, it's coming from God to Jesus Christ, and of course Jesus Christ would then show it unto his servants. It says, and from Jesus Christ, who is the faithful witness, the firstborn from the dead, and the ruler of the kings of the earth. Now this term, firstborn from the dead, means that Jesus Christ came from the dead, never to die again. That's what the word firstborn there in the Greek means. Jesus Christ came from the dead, never to die again. He's the firstborn from the dead and the ruler of the kings of the earth. To him who loves us and has freed us from our sins, just like I said, by his blood, and has made us to be a kingdom and priests to serve his God and Father. To him be glory and power forever and ever. Amen. Watch this now. It says, look, he's coming with the clouds, meaning Jesus, and every eye will see him, even those who pierced him, and all the peoples on the earth will mourn because of him. So shall it be. Amen. Here it is. I am the Alpha and the Omega, says the Lord God, who is, who was, and who is to come, the Almighty. You see that? The book of Revelation reveals that Jesus Christ is the Almighty God. It says, I am the Alpha. This is the Greek word for the beginning of the alphabet, and the Omega, another Greek word for the end of the alphabet. Jesus is the beginning, and he's the end, says the Lord God, who is, and who was, and who is to come, the Almighty. Revelation 1, 5 to 8. The lesson is yours. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
Well, folks, one of the major social issues is the deliverance of health care in a very timely and efficient manner. In more recent time, the Princess Margaret Hospital, and by extension, many of the public health clinics on the island of New Providence and throughout the Bahamas has become deficient in healthcare workers, particularly nurses. Well, the other day, the Minister of Health, Dr. Michael Darville, accompanied Prime Minister Philip Davis in the Prime Minister's constituency at Cat Island. There they held a town hall meeting. The minister, that's Dr. Michael Darville, has announced that with a serious shortage of nurses, the government has made a decision to bring in nurses from continent Africa. And he has informed Cat Islanders that at the moment there are approximately 18 nurses that were recruited from Ghana. The health minister has announced that there is a major deficiency, and the government proposes to bring in more nurses from Africa, nurses who will house the many clinic and health facilities in our family island. So it was a wonderful meeting. It was well attended. And Prime Minister Davis, who attended that town hall meeting, called on the residents of Cat Island to inspire the young people to take on health professions. The Prime Minister also pointed out that they could become doctors and nurses, but in the healthcare business, there are other areas that not only the Bahamas, the world needs in order to provide good health care. So that is a wonderful story, particularly in view of the fact that on the island of Grand Bahama, the Progressive Liberal Party has launched the construction of a new modern spank-caduceus hospital. And we do know that in short order, there should be groundbreaking of a new hospital here on the island of New Providence. Now, the decision of the PLP to build this hospital, taking into consideration that when you examine the political history, the medical history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, from the time of my old party, the UBP, the party that was led by Conky Joes and a number of Negro people. Socialized medicine has been introduced to the Bahamas. When Pinling and the PLP came to power, Pinling and the PLP continued to invest in the development and the transformation of the Princess Margaret Hospital and the education of hundreds of citizens to become medical doctors, dentists, technicians, nurses. And so we know that Pinling and the PLP has led the way. By 1992, when Hubert Ingram defeated Pinling and the PLP, Mr. Ingram continued the socialized policy. The socialized policy is free medical treatment for a population who, under ordinary circumstances, cannot afford to pay for it, and therefore a part of the political campaign. And it's very important for voters as we approach a new election. Let us not forget that this is a country whose health infrastructure is built on socialized medicine. And I submit that socialized medicine shall be with us for another 300 years, because our island nation, our economy is such that we lack the ability to produce. And a part of that problem has been that we have not been successful, notwithstanding that we recognize that our rocks and keys can't produce nothing. We have failed to educate our children in the sciences. And a lack of education in the sciences causes a nation to fall back. It causes a nation not to be able to develop technology. Now I know I sound intelligent, right? But that ain't me. Some Negro taught me that. I remember what they're saying, and I have good memory, so you got to watch out for me. So, notwithstanding that some Negro taught me that, and I don't understand what the hell I'm saying, I'm able to remember what they say. And I'm quoting them. And they trained me whereby if I'm asked a question on anything that I've mentioned, they told me, this is the answer. So I want the people to know that it's a wonderful day in the country, notwithstanding many problems that we have not been able to resolve effectively in our health industry. The most I can say, as a man who's read, as a man who is philosophically an F&M, I can say to the country, help and hope is on the way. But they tell me don't say it like that. They say don't say help and hope is on the way, because that isn't how the educated people say it. So that you will not know that I am not that educated, I must say help and hope are on the way. Help and hope are on the way. And so in Cat Island, it was a wonderful meeting. The Minister of Health, Dr. Michael Dowell, and for those of you who don't know, I am his political ambassador as it relates to the Ministry of Health. And health officials will tell you that I'm all over the health services. I'm in the bathrooms inspecting it. If somebody tells me the bathroom ain't working, I find a way to get into the bathroom and to find out what is going on. And well, Dr. Minnis know what kind of man I am, because when he was Minister of Health, I would go to the Princess Margaret Hospital way before they open. And then when I slip in, I'll call Dr. Hubert Minnis and say, listen, this clock you got in the pharmacy where the people them sit, that's been there from I was a teenager. And the clock's still saying 9 a.m. And here I am at 5:30 a.m. When are you going to throw it away and take it from me? I don't know how Dr. Minnis went contrary. Do you know? Dr. Minnis would take down them clock, either put new battery in it or throw it away. But Dr. Minnis turned against me. So it's a good day. And the people, see the people in the family island, you have to look at your health infrastructure. And to the extent that you're not pleased, you have to go to the town meeting. And I'll tell you something about Dr. Michael Darville. He's open to advice. He's open to suggestion. It's a wonderful day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save Prime Minister Philip Davis. God save Michael Dowell. God save the nurses coming from the motherland, Africa. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save our blessed King, King Charles III, and the entire royal family. God save the King. I'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monka. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor, and he's going to pay bill. And then I want to stop a vicious piece of propaganda that I suspect wicked people in my party is spreading. Now, my party is the FNM, okay? I hate it. I hate people spreading lies that decent citizens are in custody when it's not true. And I don't like it, all right? Because I'm very close to the Minister of National Security, and Mr. Monroe is trained in the law, and he has served as a justice of the Supreme Court. And he is a man who wants everything to be done in accordance with the Constitution of the Bahamas and the relevant laws. Let's have the spiritual advisor pay bills quickly. Just take your time and pay the bills. You put the camera on my spiritual advisor. It's powerful today.
All right, so looking for a quick getaway, fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bag. Book your next adventure now at westernairbahamas.com. So everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and, of course, the Google Play Store. Money Max, live your max life. Absolutely. Indeed. Money Max, live your max life. Indeed. Oh, okay. There you go. All right, thank you so much, producer. Of course, back to you, Senator.
I thank you very, very much. Well, folks, in the VV hours, what is it, my spiritual advisor?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not doing it correctly.
No, go ahead, go
You
ahead.
wish to correct me?
No, go ahead.
Don't let the devil have the better part of you, eh? Well, folks, in the VV hours of the morning, I got all kind of texts. This FNM official has been arrested. This person who was working for the government has been arrested. And I was very concerned about it because I know I've not signed any warrant of arrest. And I'm not the only justice of the peace on the island of New Providence who has that authority. But I've done my investigation. I want to categorically deny that the deputy leader of the FNM has or is in custody. Shenandoah Cartwright continues to be a man of integrity, and should matters change, I shall come back and tell you. As for that Negro lady, I want to assure all FNMs, particularly those who are spreading that vicious lie, that that woman is not in custody. If it changes, I'll let you know. But at the moment, she is not in custody, and her integrity remains intact. And I want members of the public to know, even when you are charged with an offense, the law presumes that you are innocent, that you are decent, that you are a citizen of integrity until two things happen. You either go before the court and you say to the magistrate or to a judge of the Supreme Court, my lady, my lord, in the case of the Supreme Court, at the magistrate level, you say, your worship, I'm guilty. And even under certain circumstances, The magistrate cannot accept your guilt. Okay? So, it's not true. And I need that propaganda to stop. Okay? I need it to be stopped because we shouldn't say these things unless it is true. I would want the public to say, I under arrest if it is true. But if it isn't true, why are you trying to upset my family, my friends, my people? Okay? So I just want that to be told. And since they also was WhatsApping in Haitian Creole, I'm going to ask my spiritual advisor do you wish to tell the Haitians it's not true? Okay.
No, I mean,
I'll tell them.
hold. What's not true?
You didn't hear what I was saying?
I heard you saying, but could you be more specific and clear?
Well, let me be more specific in Haitian Creole. Tout le monde haïtien.
No.
La nuit passée,
Sandra.
yo mettez WhatsApp D.
Do you have a translation at the bottom of the screen,
Just
producer?
ask my spiritual advisor. If you don't want me to clear Shannon Dawn's name, let's leave it like that.
You don't have to clear Shannon Dawn's name.
Why not?
Shannon Dawn's name is clear.
How is it clear?
It's always been clear.
Just hold on. You don't have to cut into me. You'd be allowed to express yourself. You don't have to cut into me. Let me say what I want to say. Then when you finish, you can have an hour or 2 hours. But allow me to say what I want to say. You're my spiritual advisor. When I finish speaking, you then tell me the spiritual. So tout le monde haïtien, la nuit, en pile moun yo, voye bagay. Yo di, what he name? Shouting out, clap, right? Answer. Le moi cheke ak police la. Police la di, I pa answer. All right? So I want every Haitian to know that I checked with the authorities, and my sources say that Shanada pa answer. Shanada is not guilty of anything, and as an FNM, I thank God that our deputy leader is free. So it's powerful.
I spoke with him yesterday, and he confirmed to me that it was fake news.
Okay.
All right. Now, to be honest,
Yes.
it was something that happened last year.
Tell us about it, my spiritual advisor.
No, I don't want to go into no details, okay?
What happened last year?
We're talking about the fake news this year.
Yes, but you're saying,
All right.
you say you didn't focus on the fake news. You then bring what the Haitian call.
What are we trying to clarify, Sandra?
You said.
What are we trying to clarify?
I'm trying to clarify. Just hold on a second. You said that there was something last year.
Yes.
Could it be that last year information is being regurgitated this year?
No. What is happening
Go
is
ahead.
being spread around as if it is something that's happening now.
But it was not
That's
now.
not the fact.
It was last year.
Yes.
Okay.
There's something that happened
And how
a year
is
ago.
last year investigation
I'm not,
coming?
listen, you see, that's just how you are. You're a very trapsy person, and I'm not going to allow you to do that to
Wow,
me.
this is amazing.
But Sandra, let's do
My
this.
spiritual advisor.
Something else is circulating on social media.
Let's not go to that
and-
yet.
and-
You could go to that after we have completed this one. How does it sound?
Go ahead.
But you wish to push a piece of propaganda.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, my
no.
spiritual advisor.
But so we're on the
If
same
this is-
page now,
if
right?
this is God's will. If this is God's will, what you're doing, are you doing this in the name of God? You see how the devil is? It's amazing. The very elect of God, if they do not be careful,
we'll be deceived,
and
man.
if it is not possible, they shall be deceived by the devil. Watch out for me. Anyway, let's leave Shanada and the
Oh
woman
Lord of
alone.
mercy! But listen,
Yeah.
we understand how important it is to fact check things, right?
Okay.
It's a lot of information that's speedily spreading across.
And are you checking?
Right. So we want to make sure. Apparently, there's some concerns about the way some female parents are dressed when they're dropping their kids off to
Goodness
school.
me, that's where we at now? We finish with this whole topic now.
Which one?
What I race. You're now talking about
Okay,
females.
so let's finish off. I spoke with the deputy leader of the Free National Movement.
And who's that?
That's Shandor Cartwright.
What did he
and
say?
And he confirms that it is fake news.
Has he ever confirmed that he has been in police custody?
I was not concerned about that at that time.
Has,
I was just concerned about...
Listen to the question that I asked. Let me
Why
try
are
it
you
again.
cross-examining me, though? I have done no wrong here.
You're my spiritual advisor.
Man,
You're here
it's amazing
to guide me spiritually.
Let me ask the question.
Okay.
Why are you so wickedly dealing with this subject?
Because it has been grossly circulated on social media.
And we've now confirmed to the public that this fake news.
And as an FNM, I need to know if the party is sinking. What's going on?
The party's not sinking.
The party's not sinking. Okay, now what you want to tell me
there
about
is some sinking going on. Right?
Which one are you referring to?
Anyhow, let's move on.
There's nothing to be afraid of, my spiritual advisor. Just say it.
So, Sandra, fake news is a very serious thing, and we need to get the public to understand how important it is to make sure they fact-check things before it is circulated widely and confuse the public. Now, there are some concerns, from what I understand, about the way some parents, in particular females, are dressed when they drop their kids off to school. I can tell you.
Now, who is dressed? The student or the parent?
The parent, the female parent in particular.
Okay. Now,
all right.
Describe to me what has been the problem with parents.
The problem is that the public at large, and then of course there are some people who at particular schools feel as if that there are certain females when they drop their kids off to school that they're wearing these very revealing clothing.
Now, who is wearing it? The parents?
The female.
The parents or the students?
The female parent. Forget about the student. We're talking about the parents.
And how is the parents dressed? Describe their clothing to me.
All I can tell you is that the complaint is that the female parent dropping off kids to school are wearing inappropriate clothing where you can see cleavage.
Now, what is cleavage?
Producer.
Just answer the question.
I want to make sure, because I will make sure I get it right. When it says cleavage, what are we talking about? Upper body. Right.
Upper body?
Yeah. Right. So
did you hear what he said to you just now?
What did he say?
Please repeat it to him again.
Oh, upper breast.
Right.
Okay. Santa.
My spiritual advisor, this is wickedness.
I just don't want to be
Dame
too graphic.
Joan Sawyer.
All right.
Dame Joan Sawyer.
Can I finish?
No. Dame Joan Sawyer, the first female Chief Justice of the Bahamas and the first female president of the Court of Appeal, when faced with the fact that a parliamentary commissioner sent a Negro woman home because he claims that they were able to see her cleavage, Dame Joan Sawyer asks a constitutional question. Why are you focusing on her breasts? Watch out for me. That is what Dame Joan Sawyer said. And I'll tell you about Dame Joan Sawyer.
It's a major distraction.
She is from Exuma. She once was a member of the Anglican Church. And when she taught that the Anglican Church was not following strict Christian principle, she excommunicated herself and she joined the Holy Roman Catholic Church. So the question I want to ask you is, what you doing looking at the woman's breast?
Not me.
No, we not.
Not Sandra.
No, we not.
Sandra. I'm raising this issue because I've seen some questions, and of course, there is this claim that there is a statement or some flyer being released by the Ministry of Education. We want to find out if this is a fact or somebody made this flyer.
What is the Ministry of Education saying?
It is believed, or it is alleged, when you look at this flyer, that the Ministry of Education has released and said that all visitors are required to be appropriately dressed when entering school compound. Please note, the following clothing to be deemed inappropriate. mini skirts, tank tops, pom-pom shorts, high cut or off the shoulder tops, visible cleavage, see-through clothing, tightly fitted clothing, t-shirts with violence or sexual graphics or messages or pictures. Security has the right to deny anyone inappropriately dressed access to the property. Now, we don't
Who
know,
signed that?
we don't know how true this is.
Who signed that?
I don't see no signature there.
My spiritual listen
So-
you. Listen
So
to
is
me for a
this fake
second.
news?
I don't know what it is. All I'm telling you is I go to a statement by Her Ladyship, retired Chief Justice, retired President of the Court of Appeal, Dame Joan Sawyer, who asked the Parliamentary Registration Department, what y'all looking at the woman breast for? Just take her picture and register her. Who is looking at parents wearing mini skirt? Know we not that to the pure, all things are pure. Who's looking at these women's bodies?
Let me tell you what happened. Apparently, there is this photo of a parent who apparently went to school compound, and she had on these "suck to you."
What is suck to you?
It's like the thing is whatever it is she's wearing. Let me tell you what happened. Listen.
Go ahead.
The young male student told his mother in the car, "Mommy, you see that? Why she come to school to drop her child off looking like that?"
Okay.
And so the concern is the way this person is dressed could be a possible distraction for the student.
Well, I go back to Dame Joan Sawyer.
You see?
Dame Joan Sawyer is a champion
that's the issue.
of women's right. When the Parliamentary Registration Department deny a black woman who showed up and her mammary glands were exposed, mammary glands, they refused to follow the law and register her. Dame Joan Sawyer, the former president of the Court of Appeal, the former Chief Justice, she told the authorities, why are y'all looking at her breasts? Why are y'all focusing at her breasts? And from Dame Joan Sawyer made that decision, whoever female appears before me and their cleavage, their mammary glands, or as the Haitian would call it, their titi,
Tete, let me ask you a question, sir.
is exposed.
Is it possible to be inappropriately dressed?
I don't know.
Or depends.
You would have to tell me.
Right now, you're appropriately dressed for this radio station.
That's a matter of opinion because my air condition is off.
We're not.
Right? That's a matter of opinion.
So right now, are you appropriately?
You
or
would have to tell me
You're
what you
appropriately.
think.
You're
Well,
appropriately
thank
dressed.
you.
Right.
But there are
So,
thousands of
is it possible for you
Bahamians.
to dress inappropriately?
There are thousands of Bahamians who ain't got no coat suit. There are thousands of women who ain't got the kind of clothes that you sophisticated Negroes think they
Do
should
you
be
think
wearing.
I'm inappropriately dressed?
I am going
Do
back.
you think I'm inappropriately
I'm
dressed?
going to Dame Joan Sawyer. Dame Joan Sawyer, when they refused to register the woman,
Let's talk to the deputy leader.
I don't have to talk to the deputy
He's
leader.
on the line.
I thought you said you finished with that.
You wanna stop
Is
there?
he going to talk about the breasts? We're talking breasts now. Tell the deputy leader to call us afterward. Dame Joan Sawyer made it quite clear. Hold on, we'll entertain him. Dame Joan Sawyer made it quite clear.
Deputy leader, you want to go live?
Why hold him on for a second. Tell him we can take his call.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Dame Joan Sawyer wanted to know, why did the Parliamentary Registration Department focus on the woman's breast? They were supposed to focus on her Negro face. But we get distracted as we try to set standard for poor people. And
But it seems as if you were trying to make an excuse now.
I'm not making any excuse.
That's the way it sounds.
I'm not making an excuse.
See,
I'm telling you what
I'm
Dame
asking
Joan
you,
Sawyer said.
If you have to take your 5-year-old son to school and he sees a parent dressed in a certain way, the questions, it makes him wonder, Mommy, what this is, why
Anyway.
Jane, mother, showing all her behind like this inside on the school campus? And so it becomes a concern. That's why this thing started to spread.
It isn't signed.
So we're just wondering. So we just don't forget now. We're on this subject of fake news, Sandra.
Yes.
So all we want to know.
So reject it.
So
if the government
somebody from the ministry could call us and say whether or not this is true or this is fake news.
I don't want to hear from that F&M woman who's
you
the
don't hear
permanent
from
secretary.
the Ministry of Education?
I don't want to hear from that F&M woman who's the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education.
You can't look at her now that she's serving. You can't look at her politics.
I could look at her politics because I know what she did on the day that the PLP won.
Yeah, so you're going to forgive her for that or what?
All right? Now call Shannon Doyle. Let's find out if he is a free man. Why are you laughing?
You good.
Am I?
Yeah, man.
Well, give me 5.
You're the best.
This is powerful. Call him. Call him.
It's amazing.
Call him.
Sandy, you seem not to be concerned that our students should have the right frame of mind when they go to school rather than being distracted. And I can tell you,
You're telling me the few moments a woman drop her Negro child to school,
it will send a day impression on that young boy's heart.
My spiritual advisor,
he's in class
what
and
these children are exposed
all he's
to?
thinking is Jane, mother.
No.
That's the first thing
What are
flash
these
goes
Negro
ahead.
children exposed to? They're exposed to all kind of pornography. They're exposed to alcohol. They're exposed to dope. They're smoking dope in the school. At every level of the school in this society, they're smoking dope. All right?
No, I don't know if you want to do that.
What you mean if I want to do that?
I mean, you can't paint that brush on all the students in the school, you know?
My spiritual advisor...
I can see if you say maybe the senior...
Name me a school where they don't smoke dope.
St. Augustine's College.
They smoke dope in St. Augustine College.
Where's your evidence of that?
What you want me to do?
They don't smoke dope inside.
I have St. Augustine students living in my community. They smoke dope.
And they told you they smoke dope?
I see the young people smoking
not on
dope.
that campus.
I don't know where they smoke it, man.
Yeah.
Let's leave that alone. And what time is it?
We got about 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Okay, let's see what the deputy leader says.
Yeah, get the deputy leader.
Oh, okay. Thank you, deputy. We'll call you on the break.
We're not going to call him now?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that was the deputy leader of the Free National Movement, and as a spiritual advisor has pointed out that it was fake news, and the fake news is related to when he was in custody at the Central Detective Unit last year. You would recall that Dr. Hubert Minnis has been very upset with corruption in our party, and he has been privately and quietly working with the police to expose corruption. And I would know that. She got to watch out for me. They think I'm stupid, and they think I'm stupid because I don't have the level of education, sophistication.
Is that true or what?
That's true, and class that they have. So they think, I don't know. But whatever you think about Dr. Hubert Minnis, any F&M, he can produce evidence on, he's going to report them to the Commissioner of Police. And the Commissioner of Police will have to listen to him. Don't forget who Dr. Hubert Minnis was. He was a former Prime Minister. And when a former Prime Minister contacts headquarters and say that he has evidence of internal corruption. You see,
well, it should be investigated if that's the case.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness. And the investigations will, reveal the truth.
Why is he not reporting PLPs?
Well, that's a good question.
Huh?
That's a good question.
Why is he not reporting PLPs?
There's so much corruption in the PLP.
No, there's no corruption. That's why he's not reporting them. He's focused on our party, the F&M, and I must publicly tell Dr. Minnis, if he doesn't stop, we're not going to give him any nominations. Okay? We're not going to give him any nominations. When we come back, we're going to do a little birthday, and then we want to focus on a wonderful book. This is a book written by the former Progressive Liberal Party Attorney General, Senator Sean McSweeney, and of course, you guys, most of y'all were not born when Pinley appointed him to the office of the Attorney General.
Is it McSweeney or McQueenie?
Well, it all depends
Let me
on
see.
your
Let's look at it.
education.
Let me
How would
see.
you pronounce it?
Move your finger.
Go ahead.
It's McQueenie,
Thank you, my spiritual
not
advisor.
McSweeney.
Sean McQueenie.
Or McQueenie.
He was the Attorney General. Pinley
McQueenie.
named him at age 35. When we come back, I will tell you how I tested him on the law and how he was good and he liberated me. Hold on, everybody. This is Freedom March. God saved the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Sean McQueenie. We'll talk about him when we come back as we invite politicians to write a book. It's powerful today. Hold on, everybody. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. And we're going to do some birthdays and shout outs, and then we're going to look at a new book which has been written by the former Progressive Liberal Party Attorney General Senator Sean McSweeney, who Pinling named as his Attorney General. Sean was only 35 years old. I think, if I'm correct, he's perhaps the youngest person to have been appointed Attorney General in the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is powerful. My spiritual advisor, if it pleases you.
Yeah, let's do some birthdays and some shout-outs. And Medusa, if you can, I have 4 photos up at the end where the verges of a particular street seems to be covered with bushes. So Melvin Higgins, Pastor Melvin Higgins, we'd like to wish a happy birthday to the best pastor, Melvin Higgins, at World Vision Discipleship Center in Briarland, from all your church members and the Sailing Club in Briarland. They want you to enjoy your birthday. So happy birthday to Melvin Higgins. Rudolph Stubbs is celebrating the birthday. So Rudolph Stubbs, also known as the Mayor of Grand Bahama. Greetings coming from your aunt, Ina Rose Stubbs, your cousins, Omar and Ken Stubbs, Jahade, Kiana Dean, Meredith Stubbs, Hanfield. Enjoy your day, Rudolph. All the best. Angelo Pratt.
Well, that is Inspector Angelo Pratt.
Okay, go ahead.
He's celebrating his birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
He happens to be my first cousin. So my first cousin, Inspector Angelo Pratt, he's celebrating a birthday. And of course, birthday greetings come to him from his darling mom, that's Shini, his wonderful father, that's Rudy, his brother Rudy Jr., Berlin, and Rashad, his aunt Tonette, Sharia, and Carla, his uncle Derek, and his maternal grand-uncle David Gratian Moncur. So he's a wonderful police officer, and I'm just amazed at his blessing and his promotion. When my father retired, my father was the chief inspector. I wonder what my father would say if he came back and recognized that Angelo Pratt is an inspector. Man, it's powerful. I'm so proud of him. Angelo, continue to be a good citizen, continue to be law-abiding, and make sure that you make Dad, Rudy, and Mom, Sheenie, proud. And remember, you are a Moncur. It's powerful.
Good. And so now, Tia Johnson, happy birthday goes out to Tia Johnson. It's coming from International Chris, the boss lady at Trudy's, and the entire staff and family at Trudy's Bar and Grill. So happy birthday to Tia Johnson. Let's see, Rima. Happy birthday goes out to Rima and Deep Creek, Eleuthera. It's coming from her kids, Keisha. I think that's a belongs to that. Yeah, Keisha, Alphonique, Shanton, family, friends, especially her 2 besties, Tracy and Jamie. Enjoy your birthday. They love you a lot. Happy birthday to Rima. We're going to do a shout out to beloved cousin Alan Lightburn. Prayers, of course, going out to him, and of course, they are requesting blood donations for Alan Lightburn. Okay, so don't forget, those of you who can, please go to the blood bank and donate blood for Alan Lightburn. Okay, now I did, at some point today, I did speak to...
Did you carry the fundraising for the young man?
Who?
You remember when you came, there was a paper I had on the desk.
Oh.
What became of that?
The producer has to load that up.
Okay, well, we can't forget him because he needs medical assistance, and they're having a fundraising event. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor. Can you make it out?
Yes, so there is this fundraising event. Let's do this quickly. Stop the spread, support Clyde, fight against cancer. All right, so for those of you who may not know, this is Clyde Beckford Sr., and to others, he is daddy, grandpa, husband, uncle, a mentor, and a friend. He's always quick to help out others, and now he needs your help and support in this battle against cancer. So no one thought that a nagging groin pain would lead to this. Clyde is 74 years old and was diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer. This is when the cancer starts in the prostate and spreads to other organs in the body. The cancer has unfortunately spread to his pelvis and lower spine. And let's stop the spread. In a blink of an eye, he went from driving, walking, and hardly eating to no appetite and using a cane in his hand to pull his legs in and out of the car. The painful tossing, sleepless nights with no relief has been a nightmare. Around the clock, ice packs and painkillers temporarily ease his pain. A daddy's girl, so this was really hard to take in. And as much as I wanted to cry, I remember my mom saying, we have to be strong for him. So this has been the toughest fight of his life, not to mention the heart-wrenching impact this news has had on family and community. So we need all to be strong. Now, let's help to support him and stop the spread. All right?
It's powerful. So there is a fundraising event, right? Isn't there? Or it doesn't say it.
It doesn't talk about the fundraising event.
It should have.
Okay.
Well, perhaps tomorrow they'll give us further detail because I was of the opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so
Shall we deal with Sean McQueenie now? Or?
just before you do that, Sandra, I'm going to give you the rest of the time. Just in just 1 minute, we want to look at in Golden Isles. I spoke with the member of parliament today, but I just thought I wanted to do this for the people who are concerned about. There's an area in Golden Isles in particular. It's between Unison and Spikenard and Barron Court. They want to bring to the attention the member of parliament for Golden Isles, that's Vaughan Miller. This street is in some problems as far as shrubbery encroaching the roads. They say this has been like this for a few years, and they want, if possible, the member of parliament to pay close attention to this, to see how quickly they can clear it up, because apparently cars have to pull hard to one side or the other to allow another car to pass, where, you know, this is has become such a bad situation. Now, I can be honest with the constituents that I had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Vaughan the other day, and he says that he's going to have a team come in there no later than Friday to see how best they could deal with this problem. He says it's an excellent problem, and there's another area there that he has to deal with, so he wants you to please be patient as he try to get this matter resolved for those people who live close to Unison. Where's this now? Sorry, forgive me. We're looking at Barron Court between Unison and Spikenard. All right, so Help and Hope is on the way. Just hang in there, constituents. Mr. Vaughan Miller is going to work quickly to resolve this matter for you. Thank you so much, producer. And of course, back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. And a final point that the spiritual advisor failed to say to those residents: will you please stop throwing garbage in the bushes? It is unfair to dump your garbage in the bushes and then complain.
The residents may not be doing that. It may be outside.
My
people
spiritual
coming
advisor, watch what I did.
We don't know if the residents
watch
are doing
what
that.
I did with you. I listened to you telling.
But don't blame the residents for that.
Wow.
It could be people from the outside. The same thing happens on Marshall Road in South Beach.
Are you finished?
Go ahead.
So I want residents to understand: do not throw rubbish in the bushes. It is always better if you put it in a plastic bag and put it on the side of the street. But you shouldn't throw it in the bushes. Simple as that. And if it is not you, you have a duty to keep your eyes open for anyone who trespasses into the community and is dumping rubbishes in the bushes. And of course, if it happens, I still maintain that the Member of Parliament has a duty to clean it up. But it becomes an abuse if citizens continue to do it. That's all I'm saying, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Okay. I just
Indeed.
want you to know that for the record, when the spiritual advisor spoke with Minister Warren Miller, I was present. And I sat back to hear what all he had to say.
You were eavesdropping.
No, you were using my phone.
Yeah.
So I can't be airdropping if
You were
you're using my
eavesdropping on the conversation.
No, you were in the government car talking with a government minister using
A government phone.
No, that phone belongs to the government.
Oh, that's your phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, folks, how much minutes do we have, my spiritual advisor?
Yes, let's
We got
move to
some
Paul McQueeney.
No,
Sean McQueeney, forgive
Yeah.
me.
Why
Paul,
don't you
Paul
just
is my friend.
Just relax
Yeah.
for the time being. Okay? So, Senator Sean McQueeney, as I told you, is a former Attorney General in the Pinlings administration. A very good Attorney General he was. And for many years, it would be unfair to say the Royal Bahamas Police Force. For many years, the Attorney General office, prior to Sean McQueeney becoming the Attorney General, had the police give me a bad character record. My wife was upset when she said, well, why don't you straighten them out? And I said, no, let it stay there as long as they want it there, because it only proves to me what young people have been telling me, that governments give them bad records even when the court clear them. So shortly after Sean McQueeney became the Attorney General, I think I may have returned from the campaign or something, and so I asked to see him, and he was kind, and he did permit me to see him. And then I pointed out that it's now 10 years. Every time I go to the police, they have a conviction, which the United States government called me in and questioned me on it. And the Americans wanted to know, what's this? Well, I won't tell you today what I told the Americans. And when I finished telling the Americans what it was, they took out the best visa. And in those days, it was called a multiple indefinite visa. And they stamped it. And I thanked them. I left. I then went to see Attorney Janie Thompson to tell her what my experience was. She said, let me see your passport. And when I show her my passport, she looked at me. She said, man, the Americans love you. So I said, why are you saying that? She said, you see this visa they give you? They don't give everybody this visa. It was the best visa that can be given to a foreigner. Sean McQueeney, all right, he cleared it up. Well, he has written this book, my spiritual advisor. You paying attention?
Yes, it's
Tell us the
called
name of this book.
Breaching the Gates.
Breaching the Gates.
This is the Bahamian free colored and the struggle for civil rights between 1802 and 1834.
It's a very book. So this book, Breaching the Gate,
Breaching the Gate
is a study of the political and civil rights struggles of the free people of color of the Bahamas. That is, free blacks and free mixed race persons in the period 1802 to the abolition of slavery in 1834. It traces the development of their organized struggle for the right to testify against white persons, the right to serve on juries, the right to vote in general elections, the right to stand as candidates for elective office in the parish and vestries and in the House of Assembly, and the struggle for freedom from racial discrimination in the lodges, public places of entertainment, etc., and in relation to employment practices. In presenting an historical narrative and analysis of these struggles, key events are dissected while focusing the spotlight on the important personalized who either led the struggle or opposed it. This was a defining period in the 19th century when racial amalgamism, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, I can't see too well, when racial antagonism, that's the word. So he says, this was a defining period in the 19th century when racial antagonism and race-based issues were at the forefront of political and social consciousness in the Bahamas. The author, that's the Honorable Senator Sean McCreaney, is a former Attorney General and Senator of the Bahamas and a member of the Inner Bar of the Bahamas as King's Counsel. So, folks, the spiritual advisor and I were so honored to have been given a copy of Senator Sean McCreaney's book, and we have extended an invitation to the Senator to join us here on Freedom March. He's had a wonderful history, and today he remembered how 50 years ago at Jumbe Village, he was speaking in the National Auditorium that students from around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas contributed to the construction thereof, but then Pinling and the late Edmund Moxie fell out, and Pinling broke down it and just destroyed Jumbe Village. But Sean McCreaney was invited in 1974 to talk about national heroes. And I picked up the paper and I read it, 1974, and I told the men of Black Village, we must go to Jumbe Village to confront Sean McCreaney. And of course, he gave the powerful speech, and in 1974, he spoke about the PLP struggle and the great men, but Sean McCreaney declared that there was no heroes. And of course, he mashed Pinling Big Toe. And it was a glorious night in Jumbe Village. And I then decided this mixed race man appears to be among the smartest among the young people in the country, because he was very revolutionary. And in the latter part of the 60s, he was a part of an organization called Unicom. So I told the men of Black Village, tonight, Black Village will take him on. And I took him on, and we began to dash. And would you believe it? I was successful in dashing him down politically. Watch out for me. But he's great, okay? But you know, I have to win this debate, and there's no lie to it. So he has invited me that I should write a book. So I think I'm inspired, and so who knows, I might look for somebody to assist me in writing the book. I was so excited when he told me that both he and the wife, they listened to Freedom March practically every day, and how impressed he was with my spiritual advisor. And as he praised my spiritual advisor, I took a silent prayer and I said, Lord, I thank you. When you sent the spiritual advisor who came into my life, and I recognized that this was a good citizen, a man who needed an opportunity to quietly but publicly gossip the gospel. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Sean McQueenie. My
Yes,
spiritual advisor,
absolutely.
what comments do you have?
For the first time, I'm meeting the former Attorney General. I heard so much about him. There's just so many good things that were said about him, especially when he served as Attorney General. Very brilliant man, no doubt. I'm meeting him for the first time. I am very much familiar with his brothers, Paul, of course, the twin brother that died, and I'm very impressed. He's a very articulate, intelligent gentleman, and for him to compliment me, of course, was indeed an honor. It was an honor and privilege to meet the former Attorney General, who was very positive and had very good things to say about you in particular. I noted what he said about the struggle that you all went through back and forth. From the 70s, he said.
Yeah.
That's a very long time.
Yeah.
And he talked, and he talked about your political fight for the country, your extremely good memory for all the struggles that would have occurred during the 70s. And then he says that finally you get a chance now to talk about all the things that you fought for publicly so that people could understand the history of Rodney Munker. And then, of course, he encouraged you, which is so important, to write a memoir, write a book, record the history of all the things that you went through as a political activist. It was a very interesting meeting that I shall not forget.
This is powerful.
I can guarantee you that. I will not forget that meeting. Good to meet you, Mr. Paul McQueenie. Mr. Sean McQueenie, sorry, forgive me. It was indeed a pleasure to meet you, sir. All the best to you as you continue to shine brightly in the country, with a very bright mind indeed.
I need also to point out that Sean McQueenie, Senator Sean McQueenie, was among the first set of leaders in the governing Progressive Liberal Party to oppose corruption and to move vigorously to stamp it out. You may not know, it was Sean McQueenie who prosecuted the Progressive Liberal Party Member of Parliament, Wilbert Morse. Show Wilbert Morse, Mr. Producer. This came about in the 90s when Wilbert Morse was accused by a magistrate of coming to her court to offer her a bribe so that his constituent, who today is a bishop, who today is a saved and sanctified man, but over 40 years ago, that bishop was one of the biggest drug smuggler in the southern part of the island. And Wilbert Morse went to the magistrate. It was a point when the PLP had a major split taking place, and the magistrate, I shall not name her, she was so concerned about the meaning of this that she joined court and quietly paraded to the United States Embassy, and she reported Wilbert Morse. The next thing we know, an international scandal. Sean McQueenie told Pendling, if the evidence showed that he was trying to bribe the magistrate, we shall prosecute him. And Sean prosecuted him, and he went to prison. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. When we took the adjournment, we were talking about a new book. What is the name of the book, my spiritual advisor?
Breaching the Gates.
Breaching the Gate, written by
Sean McQueenie.
former Attorney General, Senator the Honorable Sean McQueenie. And we also pointed out to you that Sean McQueenie was among the leadership of the governing Progressive Liberal Party who moved vigorously to stamp out corruption with the prosecution of Crooked Island. Member of Parliament, the late Wilbert Moss. Wilbert Moss was representing a man who many years later he became saved, sanctified, and a bishop. And I was blessed to meet the bishop who sat at my table and who made a Christian confession to me. And I think I might as well tell you, he said that he had given Wilbert Moss $100,000 for the magistrate. But Wilbert only took $10,000. And of course, Wilbert was prosecuted. And among the police who investigated Wilbert Moss is my late uncle, the Chief Superintendent, Dwight Alexander Monker. Watch out for me. It's powerful. My spiritual advisor, do you have any ads?
Yes. I'm looking for a quick getaway. Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure today, now at westernairbahamas.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union. With MoneyMax, download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend, anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax, live your max life.
Well, folks, as we wrap up talking about the former Attorney General, Senator Sean McQueenie, who succeeded the Honorable Paul Lawrence Adderley. I'll tell you something. You got to watch out for me. On the day that Wilbert Moss was to be sentenced by then Chief Justice Sir Telford Georges, Sean McQueenie, and Hubert Ingram. Hubert Ingram was in opposition. They both stood outside the Supreme Court about 200 to 300 feet north of the entrance of the Supreme Court. Take it from me. I came, I looked, I stood, and then I drew near to the court because there were two powerful F&Ms who believed in Wilbert Moss. Can you remember who were the two F&Ms who believed in Wilbert Moss and attempted to get Sir Telford Georges not to send him to prison? One, his wife, she came down the rough side of the mountain, but it was Henry John Boswick who represented Wilbert Moss. And when it was all over, Telford Georges sentenced Wilbert Moss to 6 months in prison, and according to legend, to myths, Pinling one evening in the quiet of the night went to see Wilbert Moss secretly at Her Majesty's prison, and he gave Wilbert an ultimatum. He told Wilbert, resign as a member of Parliament, and I, Lyndon Oscar Pinling, I shall grant you a pardon and allow you to go home, because Wilbert Moss refused to resign. And guess what? He had a good reason. You have to be in jail for a year and a day to be disqualified. and Telford judges had only sentenced him to prison for 6 months. So he could have stayed in prison, and when he was free, he would have been able to return to the Honorable House of Assembly. But Pinling told him, and there's no one in the country who could contradict me. No PLP, no F&M. And Wilbert Moss, he listened to the advice of Pinling. He submitted his resignation, and Pinling freed him. This is powerful. Okay?
All right,
Spiritual
so
advisor.
we're going to open the lines. Sorry for encroaching on your time. 323-7775 is the number to call. 6980775, 6980776. So we understand that Sean McCraney may have been the Attorney General from January of 1989 to August of 1992.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
That sounds right. Yeah. Because
Okay.
by, I think
89 to
Wilbert
92.
Moss' case either went to court 91 or 92.
And then 92 is when the F&M won the government.
Yeah.
Okay. 323-7775 is the number to call. 6980775, 6980776. Don't forget, please, to turn your radios down or televisions when you call the show so we don't get that feedback. Okay, so who's the first caller? Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hi, good day.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi, Mr. Rocky Bunker.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm fine. One of the women there.
Woman, behold your leader.
Yes, I called. I was listening to the show from your came on, and spiritual advisor said that somebody called in or said something about the way the parents are dressing.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with spiritual advisor. However, we need to deal with the whole man. Because some of these teachers are not dressing appropriately. And just today, I went to the Registry General to get my son's birth certificate. And I have on, one of those thick sleeves, but it's sleeveless, but it's the thick one, long pants. And the security officer told me, hi, next time you come, you need to bring a cover up.
Really?
Yes.
You should find
So
out his name. Right.
No, I not the slim security guard. He always there. So I told him 2 other ladies were elder than me, and they had on the same particular shirt that I had on. I said, did you tell mother them that? I said, do you see how hot it is?
Yeah, that's the next thing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hot.
They're
And not
anti-woman.
only that, I went to court before.
Right?
And some of these lawyers, their uniforms are way tight and short.
Yes.
But they will tell you, if you have on a half cut shirt, or you have to put on something. One of the judges told me, say, no, let her in. The man told me I couldn't come in, and the judge said, no, let her in.
Yeah.
So we need to deal with the whole matter.
I
Don't
agree,
just
Joe.
deal with the parents, because some of these teachers do dress inappropriately, and also, too, spiritual advisor
Yes, ma'am.
and Rodney, these school uniforms are too hot.
Okay.
We need to change the whole uniform system, because these children are dying. I have 2 daughters as well. They wear tight. They wear undershirts. My oldest one wears bra. And school uniforms, when they reach home, all their underclothes are wet
Right.
from the heat.
So you
So
think
we need to deal with that.
right? You think we suggest that we move away from uniforms and allow children just wear what they want to wear to school? What do you think?
No. I think we should wear, they have the LW Young grade 9 are wearing the cool fit shirt
Okay.
and probably khaki, Dickies pants. Some could wear black, blue. You understand?
Right.
Well,
So,
in support of your argument, the government high, they had for their females 2 types of uniforms.
someone better.
And so your argument
Yeah.
is, well, it's a
Spot
good
on.
argument,
Yeah.
but you have to understand what happened. There were many PLPs who did not like the British education system, even though they went to the British school, the government high, and instead of lifting up the Negro schools to the level of the government high, they brought government high down to the Negro level school. And that's why we have everybody can't get beyond D.
Yeah, and they need to. And these uniforms are too expensive.
Yeah,
That is
I
true.
spent $150 for 2 skirts.
It is a
Wow.
disgrace, but you
Wow.
have to watch the Ministry
Wow.
of Education, because the Conky Joe man at the Marlet Marathon, he was very upset when he heard that they were getting ready to change a uniform when he had brought in all of the uniform. It has always been a gangster policy from I was in primary school, where they change uniform every year to put expense on poor black people so that their Negro friends and some of their Conky Joe friends could make plenty money.
Next time, go to Carrie's department store and tell Kim to give you my discount, eh?
Yeah, I went to Kerry State. They love my daughter's size. That's why I had to go
Oh.
upstairs to make the uniform.
You mean to tell me
Okay.
Kim ain't had your daughter uniform?
Man,
Oh, my daughter is calling.
You go back to Kim and you tell Kim, I say, my grandma is a Carrie and she has to do better than that before I take Carrie from her. Thank you
so
very
much,
much.
caller. We
Do
appreciate
that,
the
my
call. Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye. Bye-bye. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. What I tell you?
Hello, Anita.
Yes, go
My
ahead,
love.
caller.
Mr. Advisor.
Yes, ma'am, how are you?
I good. I called the Sept to say happy 27, happy wedding anniversary to my son and daughter-in-law.
This is powerful.
27 years old. I mean, 27 years
Since they were,
old.
that's
27 anniversary.
47?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Anniversary.
And they still together?
Yes, sir. Happy married.
This is great. How many children they got now?
They have 4 boys.
This is powerful. Well, I want to congratulate him.
Uh-huh.
I think he's a great man. Blessed is the man who
Yeah.
remains faithfully to his wife.
Yes, I want to say bless them, the Lord bless them and keep them.
This is
Yes,
powerful.
ma'am.
God bless you and Special Advisor. I listen to y'all every day.
And we
This is
appreciate your
powerful.
support.
Thank you, my dear.
Okay.
And tell
bye-bye.
your son and daughter-in-law we wish them a happy, happy anniversary.
Yes, thank you.
This is powerful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Yes, and to the residents who are concerned about the bushes between Barron Court and Unison and Spike Night, yes, we did send a message to the Member of Parliament, and we also showed the photos on TV. Yeah, it is an urgent matter, and we're dealing with
Tell
it.
her
For
that you spoke to the minister.
We spoke to the minister, and also the minister has asked me to forward your number to him. He wants to meet you personally, to have a talk with you, to bridge the gap between the residents of that particular area and his constituency offices, his constituency office. So to the folks that live close to what is called Barron Court, between Unison and Spike Night Road, we spoke to Warren Miller, the Member of Parliament for Golden Isles, and he has promised to deal with that problem forthwith. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
We're doing well. How you doing?
Mr. Marca, I want to listen to me. Miss Marca, you all right?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. I'm grateful right now. But I call you with tears in my eyes, Mr. Marca.
Nobody dead, eh?
Listen, Mr. Marca, please. It seems that you can't help me. Nobody else can help me. But you know my voice.
I know your
But I can
voice.
call my name on TV. I'm
Don't call your name.
frustrated right now.
Don't call your name yet.
I'm frustrated because, Mr. Marca, my husband was died from 7 years ago. And this NIB money cannot kick in. And I'm a stalwart counselor for the PLP. Philip Brave Davis is my prime minister, and I'll always be a PLP, and nobody can help me. The man whose wife just died 3 months ago, he getting survivor's benefit from his wife. I had my husband children, you know. Mr. Monka, I had my husband children.
Who children you had?
My husband children, not a woman has children.
Okay.
And Mr. Monka, nobody seems like can help me. I talked to my friend-in-law in the States.
Who's
He
your,
said he can
who's your
send a lawyer
MP?
over here for me. When I explained to him,
Who's your MP? Who's your MP?
I speak to Miles LaRoda. I speak to Wayne Monroe. I speak to one woman named NIB Manson woman.
Who's
and
your
the
MP?
inspector who know me and my husband well. I'm entitled to my husband survivor.
Who's your MP? Who's your MP?
Zane Lightbine.
Have you spoken to Minister Lightburn?
Man, and in all, listen, Mr. Monka, I can't take, Mr. Monka, if you keep asking me this, I'm crying, tears in my eyes, man.
Okay, I want you to
I'm
relax.
not getting no help from nobody.
I want you to
You know
relax.
what I live by? Let me tell you what I live by. Thank God I was working for government and I get my pension.
Can you arrange?
Tears in my eyes, man.
Can you arrange a meeting with your MP and myself? Me, you, and your MP.
I'll try.
Do that
I'll try.
and call me.
I'll try.
Do you have your number?
Okay, she has my number.
Okay.
Yeah, you want my number?
No, I have your number. Don't forget, I know who you are. You're a wonderful PLP, and that problem has to be corrected, okay?
Yes, sir.
Talk to Lightburn and then call me.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take
I'm
it
so
care.
sorry. Wow.
All right.
Next call.
Wow. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hey, spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Wonderful. Senator Manta,
Sir,
God save the king.
and the Negro people.
Okay. I have a solution to the problem
Janelle.
faced with the Valley Boys are faced with.
Right.
Okay.
So we understand that they are
Don't say
the
anything.
seed money, eh?
That is not true.
That's it. What they need to do, because the JCMP made an emotional error by focusing on not registering the group with the government stamp registered papers. They got emotional with a name infraction of which they had no jurisdiction. Okay? They should have registered both groups. What I suggest to the minister on Sunday is to register both groups, give both groups seed money, and watch the showdown Big Showdown on Bay Street. That's all.
Well, I will pray over your suggestion, but make sure you get it to the minister.
Make sure
okay?
you be at the meeting on Sunday. You know there's a meeting Sunday coming, right?
Well, all of can go. There's only two.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, speak to your representative. How does that sound?
That's all good too. Jobo Gammon.
All right.
this
Thank you
is
so much,
powerful.
caller.
All right.
Hold the caller for a second. Well, folks, yesterday in the United States, President Donald Trump spoke to the media. Listen, I have been so proud of Donald Trump. Donald Trump dealt principally with policies, with issues, and I have retained the services of some of the island's greatest political experts. And from their calculation, I have no doubt that Donald John Trump shall become our leader, the leader of the free world. I call once again on the Negro people to pray for the success of Donald Trump. I call on the Negro people to vote for Donald Trump. Remember my teaching. It's very mystical. Many people will not understand it. A vote against Donald Trump is an acceptance of racism. We must reject racism by voting and praying for Donald Trump. Remember what I am teaching you. Vote for Trump, yes indeed. Donald Trump knows what the poor man needs. Vote for Trump, yes indeed. He's going to build a big wall in the United States. We cannot allow China, since God built the
You got some
earth.
calls waiting?
China is the only civilization
Yes, we know.
that has built the largest wall.
We had a Great Wall of China.
And I look forward to the Great Wall of America.
Oh, boy. I
God
tell
save the
you.
King. God save the United States of America. God save President Donald Trump,
We got three
and
calls.
may he give us the victory. I thank you. Go ahead.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Great.
President Ricer.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, this is Julian Doty in Freeport. Listen to me. Rodney Moncombe is again talking crazy. Wilbur Moss was convicted in 1989, and Sean McSween was not the Attorney General. So tell him get his facts right and stop talking foolishness for Donald Trump.
Okay, we'll check the facts, okay?
You check it out.
Okay, so didn't Sean McSweeney serve between 1989 and 1982? 1992? Or you don't recall?
I want the people of Grand Bahama to know that Negro, he
Thank you, caller.
doesn't know what he's talking about.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hey, spiritual advisor.
Go ahead.
Hello?
How are you? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I got to be brief. That gentleman who's talking would give the two Wally Boy seed money talking foolishness.
Yeah, that's
because
crazy.
if the two of them won't be able to rush up against each other,
That don't make no sense.
because one will be a new group, so they'll have to go in the B category as a show first, and then come up in the A category in the next parade.
Right.
But I called to give out a meat voucher today. If anybody can answer the question on the show before the show ends, or the person says stretch it until tomorrow show, I want them to name the police that was in charge of the Central Police Station 23 years ago when the straw market had burned down.
Okay.
He is the number one prosecutor in the town. I don't know if Mr. Montgomery should know it. But if anybody can, Mr. Montgomery knows my number. I have a package for them. He give me a package to give them as a gift for if they can answer the question.
What kind
now,
of
if you want me
what-
to leave the name with the producer,
What kind of meat?
whatever, whatever.
Come on,
That's
man.
so much to sell.
Come. What kind of meat? And is it 2 pieces?
No, it's more, Brother Montgomery.
What?
You was at my party. How much meat you got?
Well, I want you to answer the question I asked
You was
you.
at my party. How much meat you got?
If
We don't
you
give
tell
2
me-
pieces of meat, man.
If you tell me what kind of meat you are offering for the answer,
But you're not a
Thank you,
part of
caller.
the. You can't answer the tribute.
okay.
Yeah, we got your number, so if they do answer the question, we'll call you.
But you know who the person is?
No, they haven't answered yet.
No, I'm saying if you know
No, 23 years ago when the straw market burned down.
I'm asking
23
you,
years ago, the officer who was in charge of the Central
police station.
Police Station.
what
Okay.
kind of meat are you giving away and how many pieces?
We got to give just how much a 50-pound package of meat is.
All right. Thank you so much,
Okay.
caller. We got you. Thank you so much.
Thank
eh?
you.
All right,
Let's
go
take this.
ahead.
Let's take this last call. Welcome to Freedom March caller. You got 60 seconds.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Turn your radio down first, please, sir. Turn your radios down, please.
Good afternoon.
Good up.
Good afternoon, spiritual life.
Good afternoon, sir. Don't listen to yourself in the background. Talk to us.
All right, so let's go to the next call. Welcome to Freedom March call. You live.
Hey, spiritual advisor. Spiritual advisor.
Be quick now, because you called already.
Yeah, but I want to answer the last caller. This is your last second.
All right, you
He
got,
said that I go in the B category. I will have him to know the Valley Boys has more than 400 members. The B category requires 150, and there are no rules in the JCNB that says you cannot exhibition in the A category. There's education. Thanks for taking my
thank you
call.
so much. All right. Producer, we got 2 minutes. Any more calls? No?
Well,
All right, that's it.
That's it.
Listen, let me just say this.
What happened to Shannon Dawg?
We got some reports that
happened
is
to
that
Shannon
is
Dawg?
suggesting that Kamala Harris is actually trailing Donald Trump in 5 battleground states. So,
I told you
well,
that Donald Trump
we'll
is
see.
leading.
We'll see, and then
Okay.
and then they're saying that this election is probably going to go down to maybe 2 states in particular.
Donald Trump
We'll see how this works.
is leading. Donald Trump is leading. Okay? And the allegation that I'm being financed That is not true. Everything I'm doing it for my love of the free world. I want my free world to have Donald Trump as our commander-in-chief, for he shall make America great again. I call on the Negro people, my people. We must accept Donald Trump. For Donald Trump is one of our legs. He is a part of our white ancestor. God save the Commandant of the Bahamas. God save President Donald Trump. God save the United States. Fight, fight, fight. Build a wall, build a wall, build a wall. Fight, fight, fight. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. It's powerful. God save the United States of America.
Until tomorrow.
May Donald Trump deliver us.